There's a new documentary coming out on Friday on Amazon Prime. It's called Rooney. Here to tell us more about that is the man himself, England, Manchester United legend, Derby manager. Gives me great pleasure to say good afternoon, Wayne Rooney. How are you, Wayne?
Hi mate, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
What's happening?
Can I ask you, do I call you Sir Wayne, Mr. Rooney, Wazza? What do I call you?
Just call me what you want, mate. I'm okay.
Okay, Sir seems the right thing to do with your list of achievements, obviously me being a United fan. Firstly, how are you? I know it's been a busy day. You've been talking about your documentary, which we'll talk about a bit later, if that's okay. But how are you? Tired? Is it quite a strain, having to answer the same questions every single moment of one day?
No, I'm okay. We obviously had the game last night, so I didn't get back home till early hours in the morning. So a little bit tired from that, but no, I'm fine. I'm excited. Obviously, tonight is the launch of the documentary, so yeah, excited for that. But feel okay.
We'll talk about that in more detail in just a moment. I'm just curious. We'll talk about Derby actually now, because it's a good win again against Hull last night, 3-1. You are 4 points off safety. You got 16 games left. When you win like that as a manager, what's the buzz like compared to winning as a player?
It's miles better. It's incredible, really, but also when you lose, it hurts more, because obviously you're responsible for the whole team, and you feel it when you win. It's such a satisfaction, but when you lose, it's hard to take, and you start questioning yourself, asking reasons why should they have made the substitution, should have played this player. So all thoughts go through your head, but when you win, it's a great feeling.
Wazzy, you said there about Derby, and you guys are on an incredible run, 21-point deduction, within 4 points now, touching distance of safety. Has this even surprised you, or did you always have that? I know you always had self-belief as a player, but even as a manager, did you believe that you could get yourselves out of it?
Yeah, we did, and that's me being honest about that. I think when we got the points deduction, we got the first 12 points deduction. I spoke to the players and I said, listen, I believe in you. I trust in you. You're good players. Got a lot of kids from the academy who I had to promote to the first team quicker than I really should have. But we had to. We didn't have a squad. And then myself, the coaches, we focused on changing that mentality of the players, because we're the young players. They've never played in front of crowds. They've never played with that pressure. So we had to change the mentality, the character of them players, and the players have been fantastic. The young lads are standing up. They're playing with a lot of pride, and the fans are enjoying it. But also, the players are giving the fans hope.
You've done so much in your career as a player. You've won the Champions League, the Premier League, England's highest goal scorer, Manchester United's highest as well. I'm sure you won the boat race one year as well. You seem to have done everything. Where, if you kept Derby up, where would that rank amongst all your achievements?
It'd be number one, and that's obviously throughout my playing career. I've achieved a lot of trophies with Manchester United, some personal achievements as well. But to keep Derby up with everything we've been dealing with, and seeing how low the staff have been at times, and not knowing if they've got a job, to come into players not knowing if they're going to be at the club or not. So to keep us up after suffering everything we've suffered this year would be right up there, and it would be number one.
Wait, how important have the fans been as well? Because I've been to Bride Park and they've been bouncing. They've got behind the team every time you guys have been knocked back. They come into the stadium in their thousands. They've played a massive part.
They've been incredible, and for them fans, obviously I know, being a fan myself when I was younger of Everton, and suffering at times supporting Everton, but for the Derby fans to go through what they're going through, and it must be painful. And what we're doing, what myself, the coaches, the players are doing, we're giving them belief, we're giving them hope, and they're turning up every game, giving us support, getting right behind us. And the one thing they can see every week, whether we win, lose or draw, is them players fighting on the pitch to try and do them fans proud.
You talked about fans suffering. United fans are suffering at the moment.
Buzzing.
Careful. What's going wrong at Old Trafford at the moment, Wayne? By the way, we're off air at 7. I don't know if that's long enough to answer that one.
No, listen, I think that obviously, I said it a long time back in 2010, losing Ronaldo Tevez was a big loss. I still believe that they've really struggled to recover from that. I still believe that. I think losing Alex Ferguson and David Gill, was a big blow for them, and Ed Woodward's come in, and I think Ed's done a really good job. But I think now that they've changed the manager a few times, and they just need to get that stability. They need someone to go in there, have some time to work with the players. Listen, Man United aren't going to, in my opinion, win the league in the next 2 or 3 years. So they need to use this time now to make sure in 3 years, in 4 years' time, they're challenging again, because if we're all honest, they're a long way off it at the minute.
Has it surprised you that you haven't won the league? Well, not you, Manchester United haven't won the league since 2013. Like, obviously, you left, you were winning trophies, a club that was obviously built on success. The last 10 years, has it felt like the Manchester United of old?
No, it hasn't. And as I said, there hasn't been that stability, I feel, at the club. But also, on the other hand, what you have to look at is Manchester City and Liverpool in particular over the last 3 or 4 years have taken it to another level. The two incredible teams, enjoyable to watch, and they've been very successful and hard to catch. So Manchester United as a club, it's more than capable of bridging that gap. But I think the decisions in the next, certainly at the end of the season, whether Rangnick stays, whether a new manager comes in, that decision has to be the right one.
I want to move the conversation on to Everton, but before I do, staying with you, it's interesting you mentioned about the manager for United. What will happen if, let's just say in the summer, you keep Derby up and you've got 2 phones in your house and they ring at exactly the same time, and you pick up one and Colleen picks up the other one, and she says, I've got Everton on the phone, they want you to be their manager, and then you hear United saying, we want you to be our manager as well. So they're both asking at exactly the same time. Which job would you take?
I haven't got 2 house phones, so...
Okay, landline and mobile, all right? A telex comes in then, a fax machine.
No, listen, and I've been quite open about it over the last couple of weeks. Of course, Everton and Manchester United are 2 clubs who, in one day in the future, I'd love to manage. I'd love to go in there and challenge myself to 2 great clubs. But as I said a couple of weeks ago in my press conference, I'm doing a job at Derby. My focus has to be on that, because it's a day-to-day job. I have to give it all my attention to make sure I get the best out of myself, but to make sure I get the best out of the players.
Yeah. Forget all that, though. They both caught at the same time. Which job are you taking?
Listen, I know where you're trying to get me here, but...
No, I'm just curious, Wazza. You know, they both phone. Derby have given you this golden handshake, so you're an absolute legend. There's a statue outside the ground, so you've done the job. United or Everton, they both want you.
No, the 2 clubs.
Okay.
I love the 2 clubs and a lot of history with both of them. So one day, hopefully, I can manage one of them clubs, with the 2 clubs close to my heart.
Okay. Just cough if it's Man United. Just cough. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, that was me that coughed.